Welcome back to my channel Technology in the Future. If you're wondering whether to buy the Sony A7 IV in 2025 or wait for the highly anticipated Sony A7 V, you're in the right place. As the camera world is buzzing with speculation about the next generation model, it's essential to analyze what the new camera might bring and whether upgrading is a wise decision. Having worked in the camera industry for years, I've encountered this dilemma countless times. Let's break down what we know so far and help you decide the best course of action. Sony recently registered a new camera in China, which is a significant indication of an upcoming release. Typically, from registration to launch, it takes around 3 to 4 months. But how do we know this isn't just another APS-C refresh? The registration includes dual-band Wi-Fi support, a feature usually reserved for higher-end models rather than entry-level options. Given that the Sony Alpha R-series recently received an update, the S-series has been largely absorbed by the FX3 and FX30, and both the A9 and A1 were refreshed not long ago. It makes perfect sense that the A7 hybrid lineup is next in line for an upgrade. What to expect from the Sony A7 V? Sony Alpha Rumors suggests 2 possible scenarios for the A7 V: a conservative update and a bold, groundbreaking shift. Let's dive into both possibilities and assess what they could mean for hybrid shooters and content creators. Conservative scenario: incremental improvements. If Sony takes a more traditional approach, we can expect the A7 V to retain the 33MP full-frame exmor, our CMOS sensor from the A7 IV. This sensor already provides excellent dynamic range and low-light performance, making it a solid choice for photographers and videographers alike. The most significant improvement under this scenario would likely be the inclusion of the Bion's XR processor, along with an AI-powered processing unit borrowed from the Sony A9 III. This enhancement would enable better computational photography and subject recognition tracking, a feature that has become increasingly crucial for modern cameras. Autofocus capabilities are also set to improve significantly, with AI-driven enhancements providing more accurate subject detection and real-time tracking. For photographers who prioritize speed, the A7 V might maintain 10 frames per second continuous shooting in both mechanical and electronic shutter modes when using compressed RAW or JPEG formats. Other refinements include an upgraded electronic viewfinder, potentially increasing resolution from 3.68 million dots to 5.76 million dots, allowing for a more detailed and immersive shooting experience. Additionally, the ergonomics might receive an upgrade inspired by the A9 III, offering a more comfortable grip and smarter button layout to improve handling over extended shooting sessions. For video creators, Sony would likely continue offering 4K 60 frames per second recording with 10-bit 4:2:2 color depth, providing flexibility in post-production while maintaining the brand's well-regarded color science. Overall, this conservative upgrade scenario presents some useful but not groundbreaking improvements. Bold scenario: pushing the boundaries. If Sony decides to shake things up with a more revolutionary approach, we might see some substantial upgrades. One of the most exciting possibilities is the adoption of the brand new IMX366 AJK sensor. This is a 44MP full-frame sensor designed specifically for high-end consumer cameras, offering improved resolution while maintaining excellent image quality. A higher resolution sensor would allow for more cropping flexibility without losing detail, which is particularly valuable for wildlife and sports photographers. However, resolution alone isn't everything. This sensor is also capable of exceptionally fast readout speeds. Theoretically, it could support up to 26 frames per second continuous shooting, though Sony might limit this to around 20 frames per second to keep differentiation between flagship models. For video shooters, this is where things could get truly exciting. The new sensor supports 8K video recording at 12-bit color depth. If Sony implements this, we could see 8K 30 frames per second video alongside 4K 120 frames per second slow-motion capabilities, making the A7 V a powerhouse for hybrid creators. The electronic viewfinder in this scenario would see a major upgrade to a 5.76 million OLED EVF, providing a sharper, more immersive preview of shots. Autofocus would also be significantly enhanced, utilizing Sony's latest AI processing chip to further refine real-time tracking and subject detection for humans, animals, and even birds. In terms of design, Sony might take inspiration from the A9 III's ergonomics, incorporating a more comfortable grip and intuitive button placement. This would make long shooting sessions more comfortable while improving usability overall. Should you upgrade? Based on the rumored improvements, it seems likely that the A7 V will lean more toward the conservative upgrade scenario rather than a full-blown revolution. If that turns out to be the case, upgrading from the A7 IV might not be entirely necessary unless you specifically need better autofocus and improved ergonomics. As you can see, the A7 V's expected improvements in a conservative scenario are relatively minor. The key advantages would be a better AI-assisted autofocus system and a more ergonomic design. If you already own the A7 IV, you may not see a compelling reason to upgrade immediately. However, if you're coming from the A7 III, the difference is much more significant. Let's look at what an upgrade from the A7 III would mean. Moving from the A7 III to the A7 V would provide substantial upgrades, including a higher resolution sensor, improved EVF, superior video recording capabilities, advanced AI-driven autofocus, and a more user-friendly menu system with touchscreen support. Additionally, the flip-out screen, a crucial feature for vloggers and hybrid shooters, makes the A7 V a far more versatile camera. Final thoughts: buy now or wait. For current A7 III users, upgrading to the A7 IV or waiting for the A7 V makes a lot of sense, as the enhancements in resolution, autofocus, and video quality are worth considering. However, if you already own the A7 IV, waiting for official announcements regarding the A7 V is probably the best strategy. The conservative improvements expected may not justify an immediate switch unless you specifically need enhanced autofocus and ergonomics. As for me, I plan to wait for the first quarter of the year to see if the Sony A7 V is officially announced. If it does come out, I'll likely go for it. However, if there are delays or the upgrade isn't as significant as anticipated, I might reconsider purchasing the A7 IV or even exploring options in the A1 lineup. Stay tuned for more updates, and let me know in the comments what camera you currently use and whether you're planning to upgrade. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.